Friends, here are some of the mind boggling super wonders of the world being presented in a series of videos. This is an ancient man made structure which even today has a cultural and devotional connect. But barring a few people around the world, most are unaware about its grand existence. Not far from Sambhaji Nagar, in the state of Maharashtra in India, is this complex of 34 rock-cut Ellora caves. In this is the 1200-year-old amazing structure known as the Kailasa temple. It is present in cave number 16, built by the Rashtrakuta dynasty. It is the single largest monolithic structure in the world, cut out from a mountain of basalt rock. This is also the oldest rock-cut temple in the world. Nothing like this has existed from last 30,000 years. Now let's look at the size. We will divide this whole structure into two parts for our better understanding. These two structures are separated by a courtyard at the lower level. The first one is the external rock cut part. Here we see that the artisan started cutting the mountain on three sides from top to bottom and inside to out for a length of 276 feet. Imagine this equal to 27 number of floors in a building. Similarly, the width cut was of 154 feet. Again, you can imagine it as equal to that of 15 floors of a building. Finally, coming to the depth at the rear end. From top to the courtyard at the bottom is of 107 feet. Again, this depth can be understood as a building having 11 floors. Now coming to the second part. This second part is the inner standalone rock cut area created by scooping out the rock equal to the thickness of the courtyard from all sides. This is the part where the main temple was carved from top to bottom by scooping out the rock as per the design requirement of the particular areas. The length of this standalone part is 164 feet, again imagine equal to 16 floors of a building. The width is 109 feet equal to 11 floors and depth 98 feet equal to 10 floors. This central portion of the structure consists of the temple having a multi-story structure with various halls, stairs, shrines, elaborated balconies, bridges, drainage system and water harvesting system. Please remember, nothing is carved as an individual piece or fixed from outside. All the rock has been scooped out around the different features, creating these beautiful structures. Another important part of the design that strikes our imagination is the cantilever ceiling cut in the rock at the level of the courtyard. Cutting the rock on three sides as the external first part work up to the average depth of 90 feet at the rear end, and then they cut inwards, forming cantilever ceilings and corridors with pillars reaching the ground level, that is the courtyard floor level. Friends, this rock cut ceiling is also the largest in the world. We are left wondering how this ceiling can sustain tons of rock above it for years together. After left spellbound by the main structure of the temple, every inch of the temple has something to admire. There are thousands of intricate carvings and sculptures of statues, both big and small in size. Painstakingly carved panels depict events from the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, the famous Hindu epics. These are nothing short of 3D masterpieces imparting subtle philosophical messages. It's time for us to question what tools were used to build such a huge structure by cutting a mountain made up of volcanic basalt rock. Just chisel and hammer? Imagine the magnitude of planning required before taking up this gigantic task of creating such a wonderful structure with precision and perfection. One mistake in hammering or chiseling, and the entire area would have to be abandoned. Isn't it a construction wonder? Who built this magnificent temple? Two epigraphs link the temple to Rashtrakuta king Krishna Raja I. The first one is the Vadodara copper plate inscription and the grant given. The second one is the Kadba grant of Govinda Prabhutvarsha. Also, inscription in cave number 15 mentions Krishna Raja's predecessor and nephew Danti Durga. What is the scientific relevance of the temple? Temples were designed in such a way that when the mantras are chanted, they give energy to the stone idol via sound waves, which resonate into the surrounding areas, and the devotees get soaked in these vibrations. This activates positive energy which soothes the mind and further increases reasoning ability. When the power to reason is clear, it helps us to take correct decisions in our life, which in turn leads us to right actions, generating a relatively peaceful life. Finally, doesn't the size leave us awestruck as being one of its kind? Aren't the methods used mysterious? Isn't the question of where did the thousands of tons of scooped out stone go shrouded in mystery? Don't the sheer numbers of carvings keep us mesmerized? Aren't the sculptures of deities giving a message to entire humanity? How come this monolithic structure still stands the test of times? Looking at all these aspects, we can state with certainty that the Kailash temple is indeed a super wonder.